What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Today we're going to make another video and talk to you guys about something that is going to throw the "oh, you worry too much, it doesn't matter" crew up the fucking creek again. They're going to lose their fucking shit and be having meltdowns. I guarantee you what I'm about to say. And I can't wait to see the fucking responses from people. I mean, it's been like, what, 2 years since I said basketball is in cardio, and the fucking people still, to this day, losing their shit, arguing like they're still pissed off about it. They're triggered 2 years later. So this is going to be another one of those fucking videos. So what we're going to talk today about is these guys, these girls, these people, these coaches, whoever the fuck they are, because I see it all the time. Like, well, it doesn't really matter that much, or like that much, but it matters, right? That much. That much means it still matters, okay? So you see people in the gym, and, you know, I've always been asked, Jerry, how long should you work out for? Like, what's the best amount of time? I've heard that you shouldn't work out for over an hour. I've heard that 45 minutes is the max. Other people are like, yeah, I like to get my workouts. It takes about 2.5 hours, etc. And here's the thing. My actual theory behind this is based on some reality, based on some logic, based on some bro, and based on some science. So you mix all those things together and you have different points of view to get the most logical point of view. So a lot of people, you know, they say, well, it doesn't really matter the time. It matters the volume of your workout and the workload of your workout. Now, yes, that's true, but the time also matters. And not the time on the wall, not the clock. That's not the time that I'm talking about, okay? Because that's people, they get very one-dimensional. And when you say it does matter the amount of time you're in the gym, the first thing without clarification is they think of that clock on the wall. They think of in the terms of minutes, seconds, hours, days, stuff like that. And that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the time from the second that you start your workout, okay, to the point that you finish. To get it done as efficiently as possible would be to do it in the shortest amount of time possible. Now, I'm not saying doing like one rep, one set, and you're out. It has been proven that you can build muscle from one set. I don't know about one rep. They did have the max contraction workout, max rep contraction, whatever it was. It was basically one rep. But anyways, it has been proven that theoretically you can get gains from one set. Do one set, leave the gym, and get growth from it, okay? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about trying to shorten it. I'm talking about from the time that you start to the time that you're done, your body goes through a system of creating energy and fatiguing to the point where it thinks it's in a fight or flight. It thinks that you're using those muscles not because you want to get a better physique. It thinks that you're using those muscles for something like work-wise, right? Whether you're being attacked, whether you're climbing a mountain, whatever the case may be. So your body now starts to produce energy during your workout. Now, it's different when you start to train than if you were sitting on your ass at home, if you were sitting at work, if you were in the car driving. It's a different type of energy production because your body's trying to produce more energy because your body's doing it in exercise now. It's actually working. It's doing something that's taking a lot of effort compared to just the rest of your day. It's different. So your body goes through all these pathways to produce energy. And what happens is these people that are lackadaisical about their workouts and fuck around and talk a lot. Okay, let's say you go in and do your first set, right? You're one of these people that talk a lot. So you do your first set. You fuck around for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Now, you're not a power lifter, okay? It's not required that you have to let your central nervous system recover, okay? You're in there trying to build a better physique. Now, in between sets, your body starts, you do your first set. The first thing, as soon as you stop that last rep, immediately, the first thing your body wants to do is recover. It thinks it's over. It has no idea what's coming. It doesn't know what you've written in your phone, on the notebook, has no idea. So it wants to recover. So therefore, the recovery process starts almost immediately when you stop. So if you're waiting 5, 6, 7 minutes in between, you're talking to this girl, you're on the fucking phone playing around, your body thinks it's done and starts to recover. Now what happens is you're like, oh no, I gotta do my next set. So you dive back into the next set and it has to produce energy all over again. Even though it thinks it's starting to recover, you push it again and you wait again. Your body flip-flops back and forth. Now, remember, or I shouldn't say remember, but let's look at outside of bodybuilding, things that push your body in two different directions and it lets your body know it's fucking bad, okay? Now, two things that I can kind of, realistically, and again, these have nothing to do with bodybuilding, but if I give you these examples, it should hammer home the point that the body works this way like this also, right? Because a lot of people say, well, Jerry, there's nothing to do with bodybuilding. It doesn't work the same way. Your body's producing energy. Therefore, it is trying to move. It's trying to contract. It's trying to to do what you're trying to make it to do. And then when you sit back and calmly start to recover and then jump back into it again, like that's not what your body's set up to do. You're telling it to do two different things and it's not sure what the fuck is going on because you're pushing it in two different directions. Now, actually, the one thing that I can actually point out that I think, is the most extreme version of pushing your body in two different directions, the most hardcore in your face, and hopefully you understand this because this is one of those things where you can't argue it, right? You just know that this is a fact. In the drug world, and I'm not talking about steroids, I'm talking about the drug world, there is a combination of drugs called a speedball. And that speedball is heroin and cocaine mixed together. Now the heroin drops your respiratory rate and the cocaine increases it at the same time. So now what happens is you have this battle within your body because it's trying to go in two different directions at the same time. And newsflash, I'm sorry, your body can't speed up and slow down at the same time. Your body can't recover and create energy at the same time. It's not the same thing. You can't put maximum muscular contractions on curls and recover at the same time. Your body cannot do it. It's going in one direction or the other. So when you stop, it goes in the direction of recovery. Now we know from these speedballs, right? It kills people almost every fucking time they do it. If they don't die, they're just lucky. They got away with it. They didn't take enough of it to push their body in one direction or the other to where they die. But your body actually combats going from too high and too low together by dying, by actually shutting down. There are other things like your brain can't handle certain things. Like if you get hit, we'll talk about martial arts, which it's not about pushing your body in two different directions, but it's trying to get your brain to focus on two different places at once, which theoretically could be very easy, right? Our brains process so much information. However, the central nervous system stimulation happening in two places at once can actually knock you out. Now, in Guanjido, which is a martial art that I studied, as well as I forget which kind of jiu-jitsu it was, but there was a form of jiu-jitsu that a friend of mine who was a teacher was showing us these strikes. And what he would do is he'd set these up, and his Guanjido is the same way. There would be a strike to the leg in a nerve and a strike to the neck and a nerve at the same time. So both of them hit, pow, at the same time. And they don't even have to be hard, but it sends a signal to your brain because it can't go in two different directions at once, and it'll knock them out. Anybody that's ever been hit in the jaw, there's multiple nerves in the jaw. When you hit those nerves, you're hitting multiple nerves. Your brain actually freaks out and shuts down. So your body, when it's under stress that it can't deal with, tries to shut down. Therefore, think about it, okay, for a second. Let's use a little bit of logic. Let's take all the scientific shit out. Let's take all the bro shit out. Let's, based on what we know the body does from these other instances, if you try to push your body in one direction or the other, it starts to shut down. And I don't mean your brain shuts down and you fucking die in the gym if you're trying to, drag your workouts out. But what happens is it can't push maximally in the gym. You can't make that energy happen. You can't contract. You can't do those exercises maximally if you're swinging too far in the other direction, starting to recover between your sets. You need to keep your recovery periods, or your rest periods, down to, I would say, no longer than 3 to 3.5 minutes if you're looking for hypertrophy. You get in there, you train, you let the fibers recruit in order, you get out of the gym, and you fucking recover. Once you recover, then you grow. If you're in there pushing your body back and forth, why do you think it's so hard when most times I don't even sit down when I'm training. Actually, notice if I sit down, I start to recover faster. So it's harder for me to I don't want to say mentally, because mentally I can jump into the next set, but to produce the power and energy that I need and strength that I need and intensity I need, if I'm sitting down, it actually delays that. I actually see a hindrance in my performance in the gym. This was actually given to me by my good friend, my great friend, Phil Hernan, who was my coach also, who had me always standing up between sets, which seems so bro. But if you don't know about Phil, super scientific. The guy loves science. Like, he knows so much about science, and if you ask him, he'll tell you stuff. He actually recommends going to take science courses at your local college, like your local community college, and nutrition courses there, because you'll learn more there than you will online or any forum. More than you'll learn on your own, more than you could ever think you would learn, you'll learn those basics there. So it is steeped in science how you do recover slower if you are this old saying, right? We all heard it in high school. We all know what it is. An object in motion has a tendency to stay in motion, right? It's the same fucking thing. You apply it to the fucking workouts. I'm trying to help you guys. This is free information. It costs you nothing. It's not a drug. You don't have to buy my supplements to make this fucking happen. It's free information for you guys that you can apply today to your workouts to get better results. Please take this to heart. Take it to the gym. Run with it. And I guarantee you do this. You apply this to your training. you will get faster results than you have been getting with just the same amount of effort. Matter of fact, you may feel like you can push harder than you have been. You may increase the intensity in the intensity and the workload of your workouts by not sitting around and resting too long. Just give it a shot. BicepTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BicepTraining.com is a blog. Give it a shot, Bicep, and we are out.